This double ready. 3, 2, 1. With your host,
all right, guys, it's Circle Up Prowl time again, and we are stoked because we just seen the Buffalo Bills get slaughtered.
Why would we care about that?
Why?
Yeah, why would we care about that?
Why would we care about the Bills getting destroyed? I'll tell you why. Because 3 rushing touchdowns by Josh McCown.
Yeah.
Do I have the right McCown brother?
I think so. There's like 12 of them.
I think so.
Either one is.
I wonder if they were Mormon.
Either one is practically immobile. He's practically crawling across the line of scrimmage. Why would the Bills be so bad against run defense all of a sudden?
It's crazy. It's like it happened overnight.
It's like there's this 350
It's like
pound
big,
hole
huge gap right there.
in their defense. What would that be?
You have any idea, Jason?
A D tackle.
A D tackle.
Or what he calls himself, a D end. Neither here nor there.
He is a big end.
He's something.
That's fair. I feel like we should probably back it up a little bit. Let's talk about
What happened this past Tuesday?
how the Jaguars won the bye week. Part of how the Jaguars won the bye week was Marcel Darius.
Friday night.
Many of you might have known him from the Buffalo Bills.
Or you may have known him from the Pro Bowl a couple years ago.
Yes.
Or you may have known him from a Alabama team that won the national championship.
He was on board with a couple of those.
Yeah.
But neither here nor there.
He was a first-round pick in the 2010 draft, I believe.
Yep. Neither here nor there. He's now a Jacksonville Jaguar. And he was. See, I watched the first press conference. He seemed a little butthurt, but who isn't going to be butthurt when you're traded?
Seemed shell-shocked.
Yeah.
I don't say butthurt. Butthurt wasn't the
Well,
right word for
he
it.
seemed hurt. He did. Definitely seemed hurt.
Seemed like a kid on his first day of school. He's nervous.
Yeah, in a new place. Yeah, like he got sent to the new school.
And
Unexpectedly.
Yes. And obviously it came as a shock to him because he said he was not thinking that he was going to get traded.
He just played his best game in Buffalo that season.
Yeah.
This season. That was his best game.
So there was speculation that he wasn't buying in up in Buffalo, blah, blah, blah. Well, I hope he buys in down here. And from a little snippet that we watched tonight, a little Vine video, I think it was.
Yeah, sure.
He sounds like he's pumped already.
Oh, yeah, he was immediately pumped about coming down here and packing in with this potentially great defense we have already. Potentially. This is still definitely a very good defense. Jalen, a whole bunch of the guys already on staff were loving the pickup.
Well, they're great in every metric except for run defense.
And that's where their weakness was. Because they were giving up, 5.7 yards or 5.2 yards a carry? On average.
There's never been a defense that has been the best at pass defense and the worst in run defense to the extreme the Jaguars are. The NFL's never seen it before.
No.
But hopefully they fix that. I think that Marcel Darius can make a big change to that.
Oh, I would assume he's going to make a big impact.
What's kind of weird to me is Jeff Logman was talking about it tonight, actually, in their show. They were talking he will rush the passer from the inside.
Right.
I was like, huh. Because obviously, more than there's not enough people on the line to stop what's about to come at him.
Right. We love this. This is what we want, especially going up against the team we're about to talk about. That's missing an offensive line.
Missing a whole offensive line. Damn.
They had 2 Pro Bowl level guards and they let both of them go.
They said they didn't want to keep one. They just we're going to let them ride.
Well, obviously it doesn't really matter when they had to fire their coordinator, 2 games in?
Well, because he hadn't scored a touchdown.
Right.
Yeah,
which probably has something to do with the fact of not having the protection.
I remember watching the first game. I watched it over at Justin's house, and it didn't really look like a protection. He just didn't look like he wanted to throw the ball.
Probably because he's being rushed a lot. Because I was watching the Indianapolis Colts getting all up in their grill. The Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, boy.
Need I repeat that one more time? The Indianapolis Colts pass rush being all up in his grill.
I see they're here nor there, but
Ooh.
I feel like the Jaguars got a good chance.
Yeah.
I would definitely say so.
To rattle him, maybe send him to an early grave, if you will.
The Jaguars definitely would have a very good chance, I would hope. So
They're on pace to set a record for sacks allowed this year, I believe.
Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's winning. So maybe
So that's a matchup. That's why I feel good about this week.
all right.
They
Cincinnati.
love this. We love weak offensive lines, and guess what? That's a weak offensive line.
So y'all may have heard that even after the bye week, we're still leading the league in sacks, which is bitching.
We couldn't have won the bye week anymore. We only listed one of the things. We got Darius for a 6th round pick.
Yeah, that was a pretty good deal.
We locked up Telvin,
That's a really good deal.
which is that's a godsend for the
A
fan
lot
base.
of people were saying it's not going to happen. It's not
Yes,
going to happen.
I was one of them, and it wasn't because I didn't want him. It was just because I felt like he was undervalued in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Obviously, I was wrong.
it felt like they undervalued his position.
Yeah,
Not necessarily him, it's just
not
like-
necessarily him, but the position in general.
It's like
I
having
hear
an
you.
elite punter, and you're like, well, you just get another one.
Yeah, I guess that's a way to go about it.
But I'm super, super psyched. In the interview he basically just didn't want to talk about it. He's like, we're on to football.
You said, yeah.
Pulling a Bill
I got
Belichick.
a couple extra zeros in my bank.
That's why you extend guys.
We're good.
So money doesn't get in the way of football.
Yep.
Which I kind of like that mentality.
Especially someone like him.
I don't think anybody expects a drop off in Telvin just because
No.
he got paid.
I honestly do not.
He's not that kind of dude.
No, he's not.
Man.
He's a gamer.
He's playing on such a high level right now.
He's want to get the cheddar out the way, so he feels he's been vindicated. It's done.
Okay, so Darius for a 6th round pick. Telvin's locked up. And then the Colts and the Texans, the only teams in our division that played last Sunday, both lost in heartbreaking fashion. Just backbreaking, heartbreaking
And
fashion.
that was a fantastic game in between the Seahawks and the Texans. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. That was a fantastic game. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch the Seahawks Texans shootout. I
It was
think
almost
Watson.
1,000 yards worth of passing. I think it was like just on 940 or something like
Yeah,
that.
Something like that,
it was
yeah.
some college football business because Deshaun
lack of
Watson threw
defense.
for 400 yards and Russell Wilson threw for 450.
Outrageous. 4 touchdowns. I mean, he lit it up.
Four touchdowns apiece.
Yeah.
5 for Deshaun.
Oh, yeah, he had a Russian, didn't he?
No, he threw one to the Seahawks.
Sorry, I wasn't counting Earl Thomas's touchdown.
He almost had 2 to the Seahawks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they tackled Sherman at the 15.
Nice.
And that Legion of Boom looking really good.
They're
They're looking like a team that gave up 400 yards passing.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
certainly aren't the same Legion of Boom they
No.
have.
They're a lot older. I think
They're older. They're missing
missing
Cliff
pieces.
Averill. Yeah, he's out for the season.
Oh, yeah, he's
And
gone.
Bennett was injured. I didn't think he was even going to play, but he did. He's still effective, but
And now
not
they just
as
traded
effective.
Lane.
Yeah, they traded their 3rd, 4th corner.
Third.
Well, he didn't even get traded because the physical came back and they had to bump up the compensation.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, breaking news.
kind of sucks because the rich keep getting richer. I think they had to give him a 3rd too.
Are you talking about the Texans being rich in draft picks?
Yeah,
It's not good.
they gained 3 out of 1 10-year-old Pro Bowl.
Yep, they're
Player.
stocking up on draft picks and players on injured reserve.
Thank God.
That is their whole team.
And that's to add to the other bullet point is
Injured
after
reserve.
after the injured reserve and after that fantastic performance.
Andrew Luck went on IR.
Yes, Andrew Luck went on IR after that.
Not a shocker.
Yeah.
But Deshaun Watson, in a non-contact injury, very much a shocker.
Pulled
Thursday afternoon.
Pulled a Dante Fowler.
Yes, except his was mid-season and after having an incredible season.
Well, sucks to suck.
There goes the. I saw
there you
somebody
go.
tweet out that the news about Deshaun Watson's injury revealed to him that he was a bad person. And I can relate. Because what was your first thought when you saw the news about Deshaun Watson?
My first thought was actually, that sucks. That really does suck. My second thought...
That was not my first...
It was.
That was not my first thought at all.
No, that was not my first thought at all.
I'm sorry.
My first thought was, we gotta fucking win the division.
My first thought was, we're at least 500.
No, my first thought was, that sucks for the person because he is a nice individual. My second thought is...
nice. Don't really care that much about being nice. Sorry.
Clay's a better person than everybody.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, but my second
moving
thought,
on.
obviously, after thinking about Deshaun going down, is guess what? There's only one quarterback and the rest of left in the division.
And he is not really 100%. Obviously, we can all three agree on that. Something's wrong with him.
He's not playing like Blake Bortles.
No.
He's not having a 112 passer rating.
Yeah.
He's already been injured once.
These jokes get less of a joke, but funnier
As the night
every
goes on,
week. Yeah.
So there's that. In better news, we're going to the playoffs.
Well, at this point, the Jaguars could go 500 if they do nothing but beat the two winless teams on their schedule, the 49ers and the Browns, and they beat the Colts and the Texans the next time they play them, who will be playing
For a draft
whatever's
pick.
left of Jacoby Brissett and Tom Savage at quarterback.
And we all know how it went with Tom Savage.
We know how it went with both of them. Those were 10-sack games.
So we could easily...
You think Kobe's going to learn how to throw the ball away faster? He hasn't yet.
Yeah,
No.
it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not a murderer's row of quarterbacks coming up.
I think the only one that kind of worries me...
Yeah, you got Stanton in Arizona. I mean, what? If he goes out, you have Gabbard.
What did I...
Oh, please.
What did I tell y'all? I said
CJ Beathard.
I said by the time that we make it to Arizona, because I was legit worried about, a geriatric Carson Palmer.
No, I wasn't.
He has a damn good offensive line out there. Like, probably top 5.
What?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter now. But at any rate, I was kind of worried about it, but I knew in the back of my head that he wasn't going to make it through the season. And what did I tell you? He didn't make it through the season.
I think it was over for the Cardinals when David Johnson went down.
Yeah.
Yep, true. And that happened like the first game.
Yeah.
So, really, truthfully, there's really only one game that scares me, and they don't even really scare me as badly as they once would, and that's the Seattle Seahawks. So
They don't scare me.
I
No.
mean, they
don't fear him.
Russell Wilson will
Wilson,
pass.
I do worry about a little bit.
Will pass. I don't care, and he's got a guy that will get his.
Yeah, but guess what? At that point, we'll be in the house. We'll be in this house. At
Right
that
there.
point, we'll be on a winning streak in this house.
Another thing to note, it's not an absolute truth. It just has worked out that way so far. We have not lost to a team with a bad offensive line. The poster child for bad offensive lines
Is the Seattle Seahawks.
is still Seattle.
Well, Seattle got better.
They definitely did. I'll
That's
give them
true.
They did.
They also still can't run the ball. Not really.
No,
Well,
they were bad.
I honestly don't think they're going to need to run
They
the
gave
ball.
up the running the ball. You don't think they're going to need to?
Against Jacksonville?
Against the secondary? I mean, I'll go with it. I mean, whatever you're cooking over here.
Against Jacksonville, you will need to run
They
the ball.
will need a supplement, but I'm not too worried about them getting theirs. Some players are good enough to get theirs, and they're
going to fly across the country to get theirs.
yeah, for sure.
You know, the team that worries me the most, and I hate it, it's still the Titans. Even though they're playing like crap, they're still the team best built to beat the Jaguars.
Oh, yeah, definitely best built for sure. Absolutely.
That's
In that
confusing.
And I don't think they'll continue to underachieve for the rest of the whole season.
Well, they'll definitely hit potholes and make their way back up and down. But, I mean, we can definitely be confident they're coached like ass, so that's a plus.
Yep, they got that going against them. Their coach is a serious booty. But eventually, Mariota's going to get healthy. That's the whole thing, right?
Or he dies a horrible death.
That is the trend of the season. That's a very real possibility.
And we're not going to aim that way, but yeah.
I'm hoping that way.
Blake Bortles is going to be the best quarterback in the South by default.
Yes.
Because he'll be the
way
only
to
one
win, yeah.
that can stand up.
With over 100 passer rating.
Yep, that too. Still about 58% completions, but...
Hey, you do what you got to do. However you got to win. Just make that defense just plow the road, and you just put them on the back. On the little radio flyer.
I think I'm gonna give a bold Maurice Jones-Drew prediction and say that this is another Mercedes Lewis week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
You know Doyle, fourth string tight end, turned starting tight end for the Colts.
He lit it up.
200 yards passing.
Yeah.
Just because they gave it to him. That's the way their defense is set up. Their defense is like the Gus Bradley defense of old.
Yes.
Don't give up the big play. Just give up every little dump off over the middle.
They're going to eat that up.
And it's going to be there. It's going to keep being there.
I hope so. It's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. For some reason, I got this weird feeling.
I feel like it certainly could be.
It could be.
I believe it's the way I feel right now. It's going to start off pretty neck and neck, and then it's going to open up.
I hope it opens up for the Duval Jaguars because
like
it's homecoming.
Set up for it.
Yes, obviously, I don't have the feeling it's going to open up for Cincinnati.
How could the game go bad for the Jaguars?
They are able to run the ball.
Okay, haven't been able to do that all year though.
No.
Even against not good teams, they haven't been able to run the ball.
No, the running backs are really ineffective.
Yes.
The only
Mixing
time
all that stuff.
but he's been successful out of the backfield.
Yes.
On short passes.
Their defense is still pretty good. Their rush defense.
They still have Adam Pac-Man-Jones, I believe.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing.
Been arrested 10 times.
I'm sure Vontez is going to be doing some kind of dirty shit on the field. I'd hope none of our guys touch him because he's probably got syphilis or something.
So I really don't see a scenario where their offense makes it happen.
I personally don't, and I'm not trying to be that guy.
It's not like they don't have
But I mean,
talent.
you have AJ Green.
You have AJ Green. You just don't have the time to get the ball to him, and you don't have the steady-handed quarterback right now because Red Rocket is shook.
No, he is definitely.
He should be.
Yeah.
I get it, but he's shook.
Yeah.
Just how shook? Is he shook enough to lose?
Very shook. Shook enough to set a record for sacks allowed.
Did you watch the Indy game?
When was the Indy game?
That would be last week.
Yeah, this past Sunday.
Yeah. This is where I reiterate what I said about 10 minutes ago. The Indianapolis Colts, who had no pass rush, and really have had no pass rush all season.
It was a lucky break game for the Bengals. That's the only reason they won.
Yeah.
Lucky breaks.
They had pass rush. They were getting in the back and sacking Dalton.
So what you're saying, it could be another 10-sack week?
It could be more than a 10-sack.
It's conceivable.
More? What is it?
It could
Give
be.
it up. What is it?
Could be.
Yeah.
Whew.
What I'm trying to find is a scenario where the Jaguars lose this game. And
There are plenty of ways. We invent new ways.
there's technically plenty of ways. Realistically,
Realistically,
a couple ways I see
on
us
paper,
to lose.
we shouldn't. We shouldn't lose.
No, and the only scenario I can come up with where we do lose
Blake being Blake.
is Blake being Blake. But more, well, are you talking about the 123 passer rating Blake?
No,
Yeah,
I'm talking about anti-Blake.
Oh, you're talking about an old Blake.
Yeah,
Another
he
one.
hasn't passed like shit since the last year.
I'm talking about the Blake we saw here at Everbank and versus the Titans. We
I'm talking
still
about the
saw
old
kind
days
of
of yore. I'm talking about like
we still saw a kind of crummy Blake then.
we're in November 2017.
He didn't have.
I'm fine. I don't. Yeah, we don't see that Blake. I'm just saying.
If
But he's been consistent this year. He really has
He
not. done
didn't
anything
lose the
bad.
game for us against Tennessee.
Didn't say he really did
Well, you're throwing him under the bus like he did.
because he had a couple picks.
One pick was not really a pick; it was off the receiver's hands. I don't blame that on Blake. He threw it. The receiver or the tight end didn't know how to fucking catch the ball.
It was a bad day for everybody involved.
Yeah, it was a bad day across the board, but it was a little bit ahead of him. Besides the point, it doesn't matter.
Anyways, if their defense can score,
Right.
that is the only scenario where I think we could lose. Even
Right.
if their defense does score, I still think we win.
Right, logically. Yeah.
So
It would take turnovers, and that's where it leads back to. That's what I was going to say, Blake, or it just leads to some kind of turnover.
yeah.
What about our defense getting turnovers?
How that was the next point. I asked, how could the Bengals win? How could the Jaguars win this game?
By being fucking awesome.
That's good insight.
That's
But I'm looking for- I'm
that's a
looking for
detailed
deets.
insight.
Give me the deets. How does this team do?
Passing for over 300 yards. I don't know.
Oh, that is not the way I see us doing it.
I see us doing that.
Well, this team is actually
What
good.
kind of corners do they have? They have 3 first-round corners that no one knows the name of.
They have a pretty solid pass defense.
Yeah.
They have 3 first-round corners. Name them.
I don't know the name of players for other teams.
I really don't know what to do.
All I know is they have 3 first-round corners.
All I know is that they're top 10 in pretty much every category except for run defense.
We just talked about it. Their defense is not bad.
Well, they're obviously not good because they haven't won that much.
And that goes back to their offensive line.
Oh, their defense could carry them like ours does. Burn.
It's also not
Our
getting
offense
pass
isn't a
rush.
full-on train wreck. That's probably the biggest difference. Their offense is such a train wreck, they fired their offensive coordinator 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
I thought they fired their quarterback's coach. Right.
They promoted him to offensive coordinator.
Okay, that's what it was.
But 2 weeks in, that is a hell of a dumpster fire.
Well, you kind of saw it whenever they didn't throw a touchdown for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was Ravens and Texans, right?
I think so. That's right.
But I mean, who's going to put points on the Ravens and Texans? That's like pretty much impossible.
Right, yeah. I mean, who could imagine that? I mean, just everybody.
How many points is it? What was it? 29 plus 44. Give me some quick maths.
Yeah, I mean, what are you talking, like 78?
But anyways,
Yeah.
my point is you
There's a
run the
Jaguar
ball,
team.
You run the ball. If you're successful running the ball, you've got control of the game.
Right.
It's pretty much the result is not in doubt if they can run the ball successfully on Sunday.
And going back to Cincinnati real quick, they've had a lot of problems because you were asking how they haven't had problems because their defense. Their defense is all right. They can't run the ball. Red Rocket's a little shook, as we've already explained. Who does this remind you of? It reminds you of the 2016 or 2014 Jaguars. Can't run the ball?
They remind me of the 2011 Jaguars
I'll bite with that.
because
Can't run the ball. Defense is all right.
defense is all right. Got a long suffering coach who's finally
Yes.
going to be fired, and I mean those analogies will continue go together because they were on the same staff. They're the same dude.
But just so many sacks and you just can't you can't run the ball anywhere. You've got to have balance.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the X factor of the game, I think, is what I was just saying about the coach being. This is the closest Marvin Lewis has been to actually being fired.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you watch how they played against the Steelers. The Steelers, they shat the bed against the Steelers. They looked flat against the Steelers. Speechless.
Yeah, Jason's gone. He just can't speak.
You can't go into that game flat. It's like it's like they're winning Super Bowl every year.
I never expect Marvin Lewis to do anything. He's been a horrible coach for the past 9 years, I think.
Taking a team to the playoffs 7 times.
Yeah.
7 times and 7 losses.
They've won the division a couple times.
Doesn't matter.
Never won a playoff game.
Doesn't matter. Like, we're all talking about playoffs. I'm gonna be so freaking pissed, even though we haven't had a winning season since almost 10 years. I think it might have just hit 10 years.
It's 10 years.
But if we lose the playoff game that we get after the first round bye.
Man, Teal Kool-Aid in this room.
Yeah, for sure.
Teal Kool. I mean, first round bye. I mean, that's be pretty good. I'll tell you this: if we got a first round bye, we should be pretty all right.
Yeah, because by that time Blake will figure shit out.
Someone's figured something out.
It takes the better part of 4 seasons.
Yeah, and coasting on
and then a bye week.
Special defense to
And then
ride
you
that sucker
ride.
in. Yeah, you get a couple bye weeks and a special defense and win a division title. Yeah, you're good. It all comes to you. Drake or Patrick? I remembered one.
Hey,
There's your secondary.
He named a corner. What does he win?
You win something there. The only reason I knew they had 3 first round. I did not know that.
I just remembered he went to Alabama, right?
Yep.
Sounds right.
Yep. I cannot believe their nickel corner is a freaking first rounder. Nickel corner.
I was just going to
dang.
be a second or third rounder.
Well, I mean, Tampa Bay uses a nickel corner, or uses a first rounder for their nickel.
That's
Hardgraves.
well.
Check out them. They're kick-ass.
Yeah, look how well it's worked for them. But to get to the point here, gentlemen, the Bengals are definitely here to be had. They're not a pushover. Obviously, everyone had them to be the darlings of the AFC coming in, expected to win the division. Well, not really win the division, but compete for a wild card. Sorry. Some people expected them to regress, but not to this point. They've regressed. They are only 3-4.
They're bad.
They are only 1 win lower than us.
They remind me of the
But
Dolphins.
they're definitely not looking good.
They remind me of the Dolphins, where their record makes them look a little bit more competitive than they truly are.
Yes.
So what you're saying is that we got to shut down their defense too, in order for us to seal it.
Well, that's the thing. This is going to be more of a test for our offensive line, in my opinion. Our offensive line and the offense in general, but mostly the offensive line versus their defensive line.
If you want concerns, look at what Aaron Donald did to our offensive line when they came to town.
Geno Atkins.
Geno's not as good as Aaron Donald, but
he's pretty damn good.
He's up there. And so if you want concerns, there's your concern area.
Yes, that's a very good concern. And they have that one, was a linebacker. They just drafted Lawson.
Yeah,
Carl Lawson.
He's looking good.
He's looking pretty darn good. So, I mean, they've got some good defensive pieces. Just their offense is trash. Which is odd to say after just a few years.
Well, by saying that, our defense has got to be better than their defense. If it turns out that our defense is better than their defense, we win the game. Simple as that.
If it comes down to that, then I still don't see how the Jaguars lose.
Because our offense, as a whole, is very up and down. But as our running game is.
There you go. I was just about to touch on that. One major factor. We have a running game.
Take the Bengals offense versus the Jaguars offense. The Jaguars offense is more consistent.
It's a little bit better, yeah, absolutely.
And we don't have that number 1 receiver out there.
I know, it's just crazy. That Jugger is probably going to be super freaking pissed whenever he loses to us. But whatever, sucks to suck. Should have picked the Jaguars. All right.
Come on, AJ Green?
Yeah.
Well, you could pick where he got drafted, but...
Well, you could pick where he got re-signed.
Anyways.
Well, I don't know what to say there, but that's what it is, gentlemen. Look around the league. Where do you think things fold out? How do you think we're at?
I got to tone back my Teal Kool-Aid, but I still think we make it.
I still think we win this week for sure.
Hell, we win the next 6-7 games.
Have you felt good about... I hadn't felt... I'll tell you, I haven't felt good about a home game.
You felt good about the last game.
You did feel good about the Rams?
Yeah, you did. You were hyping it up. 4 o'clock. Woo! We're gonna win. We're gonna win.
What I say on game day does not matter.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Couple circle-ups in, I feel like the Jaguars can just steamroll through anybody.
Fair enough.
Yeah. You gotta get pumped on game day, especially being a Jags fan.
I did not feel great about the Rams game. I felt really bad about the Titans game.
Oh, I did not feel good about the Titans game. I did
not. The Rams game, I really did not feel great about. I felt more we needed to win it than.
I felt like we should have won the Rams game.
Honestly, if you rewatch it, the offense played good enough to win. Defense played good enough to win.
That's why.
Dumb shit.
That's why.
And
right there.
That's another reason that special teams has to be on point this week.
Yes.
Don't have to be on point. Just not awful.
Fair enough. Just
Like,
don't,
like you could be bad.
just don't be noticeable.
You give up a 50-yard kickoff return. That's bad. That's not awful.
Just don't give up a 170-yard kickoff return.
Right.
That's pretty awful.
You shank a punt and put them at the 50. That's bad.
Yeah.
Shank a punt and put them in field goal range. That's awful.
Well, for multiple reasons, this is a game I definitely want to win. One,
Yeah,
AFC. Two, the freaking Bengals. We got to get off the light. One, we're back at home. Two, and last, we're wearing freaking teal.
Yeah, it's the homecoming game. And I think we shat the bed like for the last 3 homecoming games.
But to be fair, we've had a lot of really bad teams
Yes.
for homecoming games. I think when we put Fred in the ring, was that 2012 or 2013?
I think it's 2013.
Oh, okay.
They were bad.
Yeah, it was not good.
Either situation. They
It was
were
all
real
bad.
teams.
So, logic's not helping us in this one. Or history's not helping us. But, taking this from JP Shadrick, he's apparently we're 8-5 all time in the teal tops black pants.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do much for me. I like the teal for this, so that's a win.
A lot
We're
of people
4-3 when playing with the best defense in the NFL.
Whew.
That's a better stat for me.
So
And we're about to be 5-3, so whatever.
I like these predictions. Done. Wrap it up.
I mean, I don't want to give a score. I will say the Jaguars, they do pull it out. I don't think it's a blowout for sure. For some reason, I don't get that feeling. It's not going to be like a ramrodding, so to speak, in my head. I mean, it could turn into that, but I don't see it.
I think it is.
Because their defense is too good, too.
I just think it is.
But that's where you've got to have one of these games where it's like quicksand that you've had on the road. You've got to have one of those here.
I think it's against the Texans.
Well, now.
I mean, yeah, maybe now, yeah. But I mean, you're due to have one here.
I
Like
agree.
against Cincinnati.
I agree. I just think they're a little too good to do that.
I mean,
Well,
Pittsburgh.
I felt that way about Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I thought Pittsburgh was pretty good. Thought Baltimore was all right at the time.
No, Baltimore. I knew Baltimore was overrated.
Coming into the game, Baltimore had the most hyped defense in football.
And yes,
10 takeaways in 2 games.
Yes.
Can you believe it?
and what happened to their takeaways after that?
I mean, they still have the most interceptions, I think.
No, they don't. Not anymore. It's another team. Forget their names.
Yeah, crap.
But at any rate, though, I don't know. If you guys want to give a score, I'll follow suit.
Well, I'm going to lean towards, why not? Let's do 31-14. The boys in teal.
I think that our defense scores this week.
Yes, I do believe.
Yep, me too.
And that could make the game ugly.
Because they're going to be forced to pass. That's
That's where I think it could really get ugly. Because once we get a lead, once this team gets a lead, it's like blood. They smell blood in the water. That defense feels blood in the water.
Oh, yeah.
And once they have to pass, which they have to pass because, well, they can't run.
Yeah, a 2-score lead, and we got our hands on your throat, and
We're forcing you to do the only thing you can do, and we know what you have to do. I mean, it just seems too perfect in some aspects.
it's a team set up to snowball on you.
Yes,
And
this
that's
could be Colts of a couple years ago. This could be the Titans game last year. This could be pretty nasty.
Yeah, we deserve
We
more
deserve
than
that.
one of those a year.
Yes, we do. Especially with this defense. Especially with seeing this defense. We deserve to see this defense rock out at the bank right here in front of the fans. Especially the fans that have blood, sweat, and watched all this shit for all these years.
I think we at least get in the 30s.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's close. I think it's at least a 2-score win, a 2-touchdown win. I don't know what the spread is.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think it's 5.5, 5.5, something like that.
That's kind of where I'm at. Wow, I didn't even know the spread. I think we win by a touchdown.
And I'd be fine with that.
I'd be fine with any win.
Yeah, because this team needs to win a close game.
Yeah, for sure.
Get out there, win a close game, win a nail biter, win at home. I don't care. Do what you got to do.
I don't really know. I can't. Like, you guys are saying 30. I like it for sure. It just, their defense is not bad, like you guys have been telling me. So.
Yeah, and I'm not thinking that our offense marches up and down the field on them. I'm thinking that their offense scores some points for us.
Well, shoot. Winning. All day, every day. Winning in Teal.
I'm thinking you're going to see some fumbles lost.
Yeah, that's what's making me a little happier. Is he's a no fumbler, Red Rocket. So,
and I mean, look at the way he played against the Texans defense last year, and that's when things were clicking for them. That's when they had Pro Bowl guards. Look how he played when he went up against a good pass rush. Yep. This Jaguars team is playing on a level like that Texans.
No, this is
pass rush.
This is better than the Texans pass rush.
There's just more.
Yeah, dude. I forget some NFL guy. We were watching the show after last Sunday, I think, and they were talking about if we keep up this pace of an average of, I think, 6 sacks for the rest of the games, we will break the Bears' record for sacks.
Yeah, we could.
Oh, yeah. It's very conceivable.
Very, very conceivable. And I also listened to a podcast with Calais Campbell talking about the new Marcel Darius. The Calais Campbell, I believe, I think it was Calais Campbell. Don't quote me on this, guys. I think it was Calais Campbell. He said that he expects Marcel Darius to resurrect his career in the last 8 games.
Nice. I like it. I'm all for it.
I mean, if you're going to put up numbers as a pass rusher, this is a decent spot to do it. You've got a lot around you to help make that happen.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
100%.
I cannot imagine.
You've got all these pieces. That's why, if you're a defensive player, this is where you want to be right now.
Dude, I cannot imagine a 333-pounder smashing into me, and I'm 300 pounds.
Imagine you're the interior part of the Bengals line, and you've got Calais Campbell lined up again and with Darius. And then the next play, they rotate in a fresh Malik Jackson. I mean,
there's so many possibilities they can do.
Even the backups are playing on a pretty high level.
Yeah, I mean, you can
guy,
still
I can't
pop in
say his
every-
last name. Yeah. Anku or whatever.
Oh, Anku, yeah.
He's playing great.
Yeah.
He got a sack last game.
Even the depth is good.
Day's doing well.
Oh, no. We don't.
Day still feels like
we don't
raw
give
talent.
We don't give Dave credit here.
I give him credit.
What?
He's great depth.
Day.
Oh, I thought you said Dave. My bad.
Come on. Substitutions.
Gotcha.
Sheldon Day.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Drafted by Dave Caldwell, by the way. A reminder that Yannick Ngakoue and Jalen Ramsey,
All right, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every
Miles
now and then.
Jack,
Yes.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
and Telvin
He
Smith.
found 2
John
nuts.
Smith.
He found 2 nuts.
Colvin.
He lucked into.
Wow, man, he's finding a lot of nuts here.
He's been pretty damn lucky.
No. Okay, Talvin Smith
Lucky.
had a hit at the combine,
Okay.
so he was flagged for smoking the wacky tobacco.
Okay.
So obviously that was it's a cool get, I guess.
It's a great guy.
It's not a cool get. It's a damn great get.
But Aaron Colvin, he should have been drafted in the first round, I think. Was that where?
He had a
He was
high
estimated
draft grade.
first or second.
He had a high draft grade and they got hurt.
Yeah, so he busted his knee. So
Who took a chance on those players?
Dave.
So you got to give him some credit for it.
I give him the credit off the bottom of my foot.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Same thing with Miles Jack.
yep, Miles Jack too. But I'm talking about first round draft picks, bud.
Wow. I'm talking top to bottom here.
No. Okay. Well,
All right.
we can break down. You want to talk?
I mean, I'll say his entire 13 draft is trash.
This feels like whenever I pretend to defend Jason Myers back in our group chats.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I can talk shit about our GM till the cows come home, but I don't think you guys really want to listen to that. So,
I'm at a place now where I was pretty well convinced that he just wasn't good at his job, and then all of a sudden, some of the players that he had drafted, it clicked for him this year.
Right. They've started clicking. They've started actually looking kind of.
Dante Fowler was at a point to where he was going to either be
Trash.
a bust or prove himself, and he's looking very good.
I'm not totally 100% there, but he seems like he's definitely more on the right road.
He's making real pass rush.
Yes, he is. I don't know where it's coming from.
He's not just getting it on stunt plays.
No.
He's
Calais is coaching him up.
And Unique Ngakoue is becoming an even more complete player.
Yes. Unique, he's definitely getting a contract.
So, I mean, like,
he's only in his second year.
I am aware of this. But you got to plan for the future. I'm not saying it's coming next year. I'm just saying you got to plan for the future.
He's saying that he's a keeper.
Yes.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Remember, also, he's a third-round pick, so his contract's not as long.
4 years.
But we're at that point now where our guys that get cut are going to go and be difference makers.
Yes, that is a key point.
Why would they get cut?
Because we're running out of space.
That happens, bro.
Dude, we got plenty of space coming up next year. Don't worry.
Look at Chris Smith. Chris Smith is a difference maker for the Bengals. He couldn't make it on this team.
Yeah.
Lorente McCray could be one of those guys.
I don't know about difference maker. If you call one sack this year, that's a difference.
Dude, he was impactful in that game last week.
Impactful for them.
I'm just saying, one sack. I know it's not all about sacks at the ends. Tell that to Calais Campbell. I dare you.
Why would I do that?
See?
Why would I
It's all
talk
about
Calais Campbell?
It's all about the sacks, baby, in Jacksonville.
All right. Jason's doing mottos here. I like it. But hey, Calais is having the best season of his whole career in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Why shouldn't he?
Because he's surrounded by great talent.
He's surrounded by amazing talent.
It's pretty improbable.
There you go.
Because, I mean, like, going to a perennial loser, switching to a different kind of defense, being in the twilight of your career, and then you have the best.
He's in the twilight of his career?
I would say he's in the back half of his career, for sure.
They compared him to Julius Peppers, who is still in the league at 40 years old. I doubt he's in the twilight of his career. He's like a young grandpa. Bite your tongue. If you want to talk about if you want to talk about somebody that's in the twilight of their career, tell that to old ass Mercedes Lewis. That's someone that's in the twilight of their career.
He's looking spry.
Yeah, come on, man. He had a 3-touchdown game.
He has 4 touchdowns on the year.
See?
Wow.
He is looking spry, man. Come on.
Put that against most tight ends numbers. That's not bad.
He's looking balling.
He's like top half of the league in tight ends.
Yeah,
probably.
especially with that fat-ass tight end down in Miami.
Yeah.
Well, that tight end in Miami ain't doing crap, so.
My point being.
So he's everything was set up for it to be a bad free agency pick. Like, if you look at it,
everything had the markings
from the outside. It just looked like a cash grab and Jacksonville being desperate.
Yep.
And it's turned out
he's possibly one of the best free agent picks we've ever had.
It's not better than anybody could have ever hoped for.
He's right there with Cersei about one of our best picks, our best acquisitions.
As far as high-priced guys.
Yes, as high-priced guys.
I thought he was going to be
Titans,
a Hugh Douglas or a Bryce Pop.
More of a Bryce Pop. Yeah.
Bryce Pop, it wasn't that he didn't want to be good or didn't care.
He just sucked.
He just didn't fit the defense at all.
And that's the thing. This is Calais' first chance in a 4-3, and he is taking full advantage.
Well, because they switch him up. They don't always keep him in the middle.
Right.
Or the end.
Which is what they did there. I mean, they kept him a little more in the middle down there and back him.
Yeah, that's...
They give him more options.
And I guess I don't remember this. You all may remember this, but I guess he did an interview here whenever they back when he got drafted, and he said, "Damn, I wish I had been I wish I had been drafted by the Jaguars if I knew I could get this many sacks.
But last but not least, before you wrap this sucker up, Titans play the Ravens. How do y'all think the outcome's going to be?
Oh, the Ravens ruin them.
The Ravens ruined them.
That's the dream.
I'd sure like that.
I think there's a lot of potential, though.
Are the Ravens better with Ryan Mallett than they are with Joe Flacco?
No. Ryan Mallett's not good.
I don't know. He looked good. And he looked good versus Miami.
Who's better?
He was swinging that sucker all around.
Like bad back Joe Flacco or Ryan Mallett? Who's better?
I think I still err on the side of Joe Flacco.
And Mallett's the only reason they got a touchdown against this vaunted Jaguars defense.
Because we had benched half our starters, bro.
Hey, I don't care. I'm still sticking by the point. Mallett's the only reason.
I think the Titans squeak by again, but
God dang it. We need. Okay, here's the deal. We need them to lose against a team that we beat, or else, like you all said, we got to play it in their house. And that's gonna suck.
I'm fine with it.
Because I'm gonna drive out there that night.
you're still in the driver's seat. You're still in control. If you just beat the teams you should beat, you're in.
Yeah.
You not only are in, but you've got a home game in the playoffs.
No, because they're still in the tiebreaker, right?
You don't know that tiebreaker if you beat who you're supposed to beat. That includes them.
Oh hell, I don't know. I'm gonna be at that game, but it is what it is.
And also by that point, you will have swept Houston, if that's the case, which they have one loss to Houston.
Oh, winning! I didn't know that. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
breaking news.
We should
Deshaun.
end up having a better division record, which I think takes precedence.
Yes.
Yes, awesome. Sick.
We already have a better conference record.
Sick.
Because Deshaun lit him up, remember?
Yep.
So it's just got to let things play out. It's early. And our following opponent, which we'll talk about next week, is the Los Angeles Superchargers. They're in bye
Or
week.
what I like to call the other team in LA.
Right, the Clippers. They're coming in.
That is that might be the toughest matchup the Jaguars have.
That's honestly what I'm thinking right now.
10, what is it, 9 years, 8 years that we've been beaten by the same quarterback?
Something like that. It's been a while.
Yeah, he hasn't faced this fast defense though.
No.
This is a totally different thing.
It's
And
now.
his line isn't that great either out there. Trust me, I watched that last week.
I described him as a less good version of the Jaguars. They're not good against the run, but they have a good pass rush.
They do have a pretty good pass rush.
And no, they have a good pass rush. 2 guys in the top 10. That is a good
They have
pass
a pretty
rush.
good pass rush.
They're coached by a guy that loves Leos, so
Yes, Gus Bradley is the defense coordinator. But we'll be welcoming that team next Sunday, so we have 2 back-to-back home games. I'm looking forward to this.
And then we're out of town, and then
I think that's
down the
Cleveland.
stretch, we have a 3-game homestand.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Isn't that December? Or like most of December or something?
I think it's 3 weeks in December.
Yeah, rocking that out, baby.
And
It's like Indy, Houston, Seattle, or some combination.
and when our games flex to prime time
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a beast.
in Tennessee, I'll be
They're gonna flex a Seattle game?
flex Seattle game. That's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah, baby! All right, folks.
We're already pushing like 4 games less of the season. Flexing.
Oh yeah, they're gonna flex that one because we'll be 7-3 by then.
I like it.
We'll settle down a whole bunch if they lose this Sunday. But, man, how exciting is it
To be able to talk and be able to feel good about it, right?
just to have games that matter? Like, I was really bummed when I watched them get blown out by the Titans last year, but I was like, well, whatever. They're not doing anything this
Right.
year anyways.
Yeah, but it's still a national TV, all that whole thing. It was a bomb. But then you see the things. You could tell by the energy, everything that comes out of this team, the interviews, the whole thing, top to bottom, from leadership to everything. This is a whole different mentality.
The only thing that worries me, because we are such a young team still, it's crazy saying that after like 4 years of building, that I hope they stay grounded. I hope they really stay grounded because start going in, start get a 2-game winning streak on.
Hey man, I'm just gonna stick with the formula I seen earlier today, or I came up with earlier. Astros gutted everything out, did analytics, started from the bottom, sucked for 3-4 years, and now they won a World Series. Jaguars gutted everything out, used analytics, drafted a whole bunch, went very young, sucked for a while, and guess what? Now there's a little bit of winning. Not saying anything, but you never know.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe the fruit of labor is coming to fruition. And with that being said, until next time, this has been the Circle Up Prowl on Bullcastify Sports. Deuces.
If this is your first time listening, then thanks for stopping by. This has been a Boldcastify production and is produced just for the people of Duval and beyond. Also, show notes and upload dates are found at boldcastify.com. Come back often and feel free to add the podcast to your favorites on Spreaker, SoundCloud, and YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat at Boldcastify. All links are on social media. Think bold, speak bold, live bold, Boldcastify.